Today's ridiculous theory, that actually was the end of the film. Ha! What a twist. Hey guys, it's Millionaires here playing some Katrielle. First thing I want to do before we start, something I meant to do the last episode actually. We picked up a new food item, like the cod legs with truffle butter. I know it's already not going to work just from looking at the fact it's calories high actually. But we'll try it anyway, but it's probably not the case. Yeah, you're gonna say you want stuff lower calories. Yeah, lower calories. Understood. We are off course. We need to get back on course. So I'm gonna move it back to the. Wait, was it those before? Yes, because it might not be counting prawn as meat. Okay, cool. Right, good. Let's go. Yes, playing some Katrielle. We need to find Mr. Editor, who apparently is over here. In the front of the Savoy. All the guests have gone home now. It's deserted the lobby and outside. How about that man standing by the entrance? Do you think he could be Editor? We won't know unless we ask him. Yeah, people don't have nameplates in this game, so, you know. Obviously, we've got to go over and ask him. He looks very, northern. Like, I don't know. Excuse me, you Mr. Tor, the editor? I am, and you are? I'm Katrielle Layton from the latest detective agency. You've probably heard of me. Nope. Oh, that's a shame. Still, you know me now, don't you? Mr. Barnon has asked me and my colleagues to investigate the case of the stolen kiss scene. We'd very much like to take a statement from you, Mr. Tor. After all, you've worked as a Maverick director for many years, haven't you? I'm surprised, kid, your age has even heard of me. Alright, let's see what else you know. I'll bet you haven't heard of this Rector film, have you? Oh. This isn't a Rector film, this is a puzzle. Does Rector make puzzles as well? Tales of the Unexpected. I mean, okay. I'm gonna give the game the benefit of the doubt here and assume that, yes, maybe this puzzle is in some way related to a Maverick director film. Tales of the Unexpected. There's been an incident at a farm where all the cows have disappeared. According to witness, the UFO sucked them up and some aliens came out, obviously. For reasons that will remain classified, you need to place an alien... Yeah, alright. Place an alien in each of the spaces where there is currently a cow. Select a cow to suck it up with the UFO, swap with an alien. The creature coming down from the UFO will take the other empty space. Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. Okay, let's undo that. So, yeah, if we do that... Actually, this should be fairly easy, right? If we just do it like this. No, because then the problem is... Wait, how would you do that? Because there's got to be... how does this work? And why is a cow... So, okay, if an alien goes up, a cow comes down. So we need to get a cow over here. That's what I'm taking from this. Yeah, and then it's super easy. Alright, but I'm gonna challenge myself. I wanna do this in fewer moves. So the aim is pretty much we just need to get a cow into this position here. We can do that like so. I don't know if this is going to be the fastest way. It feels like it might be. I'm going to say 8 moves. It's probably maybe possible in fewer.
So in conclusion,
but that's my proposed solution. I always challenge myself to do it in fewer moves just to see if it was possible. Oh, it's not even going to tell us what the minimum number of moves is. All right, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I guess. That's a shame. Looks like the aliens just came to have some fun. Yes, some fun with the human race. With the night drawing to a close, you wave them goodbye as they set off for home. It was a great film. I remember that one. It came out in the cinemas ages ago. We've got 3 berry trifle. Now, trifle is definitely going to be high calories. How did you find it? Not bad action thriller, eh? I've completely forgotten what I did for his voice. I'll say, UFOs and aliens always make for a jolly good tale. I know what film it is. It's a rarely seen signs, close equations of the third kind. Oh yeah, that was a really mathematician-focused one, I think. Rector was still a newcomer, so the film had a cast of total unknowns, and it quickly disappeared from the big screen. And the production company went bankrupt as well, so it's never been re-shown. It's one of the most talked about films among Rector fans. Sure, it's a cult classic. Right, what do you want to ask me? Thank you, Mr. Tor. So first of all, can you confirm that you were at the screening earlier? I was there. I wanted to see everyone's reaction to our latest film, to be honest, but then that happened. It's unbelievable. I've worked closely with Maverick for a very long time now, and I've never experienced something like this before. It's my job to cut Maverick's film, and my job alone. You might have shared that with a certain bird friend. Can I ask where you were immediately before the screen today? Alright, we were checking over the film together. There was nothing wrong then, other than us arguing again. Arguing? What about? You probably don't know, Maverick's films used to be a lot more fringe, a lot more edgy. It's that kind of work that attracted me to Maverick's direction in the first place, and I've stuck with him ever since. But in recent years, he's gone for the popular votes. He's been choosing the kind of overly sentimental dross that the public seems to lap up. And that final kiss scene in the latest film is never sat right with me from the start. You're giving yourself a bit of a motive here, I'm not going to lie. Maverick wouldn't listen to me, would he? Not when we were shooting or when we were editing. So when we were checking over the film earlier today, I finally said it. I told him the scene wasn't true to his style, that he sold out. So he removed it. That's part of the course. Directors and editors always argue, always have, always will. Making films sound like tricky business. Just because we argue doesn't mean I'd do anything like that and disappoint all those poor people. Sure. You catch whoever did this, alright? Understood. So, basically we found out from that he kind of had motive and opportunity. But I don't really... And he kind of... If he just told Maverick... No, I can't imagine Maverick director would have done it. It's still got to be the bird. It's still got to be the bird. Nobody... I can't think... Like, as I say he's got motive, but he's not really got motive. No one stands out as being the guilty party at this stage. Maybe it was an inside job. Perhaps you start thinking along different lines. No, I don't think so. I'm still not sure exactly when the scene was cut from the film, but one thing seems fairly certain. It wouldn't have been easy for an outsider to gain access to the film reels in the time window we're looking at. Not to mention the fact that only randomly selected guests and VIPs were allowed entry to the theatre at all today. Everyone was carefully checked at the door, weren't they? It certainly wouldn't have been easy for anyone to slip in. And both Rector and Tor say there was nothing wrong with the film and they checked it just before the screening. So even if someone had managed to slip into the theatre unnoticed, they wouldn't have been able to get to the film reels between then and the start of the screening, unless they were already in the building. My thoughts exactly! If the kiss scene was indeed stolen, it had to be a member of the theatre staff or the production team. Or someone that they gave access to. Let's not forget this all if you haven't managed to speak to you properly today. Mr. Rector. I hope he's calmed down. Sure. And we got another clue. Is this the argument? No, it's the romance story. It certainly was a romance story. That was a big twist. Though once more inclined to fringe material, it seems Maverick director has recently shifted into more mainstream romance-oriented films. I mean, that doesn't necessarily... yeah, maybe that's something to do with it. So, it could just have been a disgruntled fan, I guess. Someone that believes it in his true early work. I don't know. Oh, no, director. Ah, but there's Emiliana, look. Perhaps you'll know where we can find him. Let's go and ask her. Sure. Actually, let's... before we do that, I just want to check the trifle, because, like... It is only medium calories, so it's not the most... it's not the most damning of desserts. No, I'm prepared food, not enjoy a meal with me. Okay. So no. For some reason, no. Sure. Back to the cool jelly, I guess. Alright, Emiliana, do you know where Maverick D-Rex has gone? Have you told him to go home? Still here? Pretending to do real detective work? God. If I'm that good at pretending, I could pretend to be like you. Oh, I'm rubbing you a glue. Oh. How are you getting on? Don't be so catty. No doubt you've hit a brick wall so you couldn't see if you can glean anything from me. Not at all. I was just curious to know how your profiling was going. I mean, literally, that's exactly why we're here. Very well, I'll tell you. Perhaps hearing some genuine deduction will make you realise how unsophisticated your own efforts are. A taste of cutting-edge profiling work could do wonders for your future investigations. We could dream, couldn't we? Oh my god. This lady always makes me want to scratch. Be quiet, Hound. Don't interrupt with your meaningless yapping. No one can hear you. God. Bow wow as in bow wow you're a night. Bow wow. Okay. Oh, this game is gonna break me. I suppose everyone involved, I've built up a detailed profile of the case. The only person who was unhappy about the final kiss scene was the editor. In other words, he's the only one with a motive. Yeah, no, see, you've latched on to the red herring side of the case. He complains to the director that the stolen film was inappropriate film. Tor has an alibi. On the other hand, Seymour Frames had the opportunity to commit the crime, but there's no clear motive. Frames is crazy about his machines, but has little or no interest in the films he shows using them. See, this is the... motive and opportunity are the most important things. Obviously. It feels like this case is being set up to be like... Emiliana going hard on like, yeah, motive, yeah, opportunity. And then it's going to turn out, oh, it was just the bird. And the Katrielle's like, oh, see, it was just the bird. You don't need your forensics. And I don't know how I feel about that. The only person with access to film reels who has not been investigated thoroughly until now is Director Maverick Rector. Rector, but why? Rector is a renowned perfectionist. His attention to detail is well known. How meticulous he is about such minutiae in the shape of clouds in the sky, all the sound of waves. To be fair, yeah, I can understand that. And it would appear that the final kiss scene in this latest film of his had been troubling him for some time. The perfectionist in him just couldn't decide if it seems up to scratch or if it was worthy of inclusion in his magnum opus. He agonised over this right until the premiere screening today, when finally he made up his mind the scene had to go. I mean, it's a little bit too late for that kind of decision. Not gonna lie. That is the outcome of my analysis of all the available evidence. Very interesting. It's certainly a plausible theory, but I think a bird ate it. That's what I think. I was accepting you to accept it so graciously. I appreciate it though. Clearly, you understand my brilliance. Something about it just doesn't sit right with me. Do you have a problem with my profiling? Take it up with my profiling. It's not exactly a problem, it's just something I can't quite put my finger on. Miss Layton's deductions go beyond logic and reason. That's certainly true. They are magic all on their own. Magic has no place in case solving, Ernest. Katrielle's working on a hunch, nothing more, and hunches are unreliable. Alright, let's have another chat with Mr. Rector. He was too upset before to give us any useful information. The more information we can gather, the better. And talk of the devil, that's him over there, isn't it? Of course it is. He's just going to show up when we need him. I mean, as soon as we get to a point where we can't do anything else. Looks like something's going on between the two of them. Are they having another argument? I think there you are. Have you got a minute? Sure. There's something I need to talk to you about too, actually. But not here. Can't we go somewhere a little more private? How about the auditorium? It's probably empty now. We should have the place to ourselves. Seems to be fine. They're gonna have a fight. Oh yay! I want to go watch. I want to go up to one of the upstairs boxes and have a watch from above. This is an interesting development. We must sneak in there. You keep playing on private eye games. Some of us have work to do. Another clue. We're getting these. These are like rapid fire, man. All right, perfectionism. Let's have a quick review of the clues we've got. Can we have a quick... Yeah, I think we can have a quick review of the clues we've got. So, perfectionist Rector was not satisfied with the final kiss scene. Emiliana has conjured that he could say it's real himself, but is she right? The minor bird, I think, is so important. These two bits here. Now, whether somebody trained the minor bird to do it is possibly my thought on this. Now, the big question on that is, would it be Maverick Director or the editor? Or someone else? Machine Freak, Perfectionist, Seymour Frames, or Seymour. Because, I don't know, maybe something about the editing process, they were messing with machines or something, like they wanted to make some last minute changes. No, I don't think Seymour would do it. I don't think Seymour would put his minor bird at risk like that. But he is good at training his minor bird, so I don't know. Some like rambling thoughts there. I don't have a. I think the minor bird was the opportunity. Motive-wise, either the machines or I don't know. They're leaning too heavily into the kiss scene being the motive. I don't know. Someone put birdseed on the film or something like that. That's strange, we all saw them come in here, but where have they disappeared to? Over there, Cat! Literally right on stage. How did you not see that? They are right there. Okay, I guess we've already, yeah, I don't know what we can do. We've already looked around here. Alright then, Eddie, why don't you just admit it? You're the one who cut that scene, aren't you? You've never liked it. You've had a problem with it from the first day of shooting. Yeah, you do that, but you refuse to cut it yourself, you stubborn old fool. Who's the director here? Me, I am. If I say a scene stays in, it stays in. Or don't misunderstand the meaning of director somewhere. If you've got a problem with the way I make decisions, this partnership of ours is over, as of now. It's over, you say. Oh, Maverick, you've done it now. Alright, so calm down. Clearly it wasn't either of them, if they're having this argument. Where did you spring from, Miss Layton? Never mind that now. Take some deep breaths. And calm yourself down. Breathe in and out. And out some more. And a little bit more. And continue breathing out. Ah! Are you trying to kill me? Of course not. I'm a detective. I much prefer investigating murders to committing them. Anyway, you two have some unresolved issues. Should we do some couples therapy? Is this what we're going to do now? We're just letting off steam about the film, that's all. It seemed like a little more than that. The end of your partnership together? This know-it-all thinks he's God's gift to romance film these days, but his love scenes have always been a total disaster. It's only my editing that saved them all these years. It's thanks to me he's produced so many hits. But does that mean anything to him now? Not a jot. Well, he might have chosen to forget. But mark my words, I haven't. What about this love scene? Oh, what about this love scene? Okay, if this puzzle had better be at least tangentially related to love. Alright, okay. This is going to be... Alright, I'm going to try integrating these puzzles into the story a little bit. So we're going to say that this is one of the love scenes that that Eddie Tor has edited in the past. In his heyday, perhaps. In Maverick director's incredible film, The Perplexed Partner. A romantic Romeo has come to take his sweetheart to a delightful dinner. To add a little excitement, instead of telling him to her room number directly, his playful partner took photographs of every junction along the route to his room and sent them to him. Oh, I kind of like puzzles like this, to be fair. The photos aren't in a particular order, but by studying them carefully, you should be able to work out which one is the correct one. Oh, right, I like this. This is what I like. This reminds me a lot of Phantasy Star, like the Master System one. Right, we're starting from there. So one of these has to come first. In fact, it has to be this one first. It has to be this one first. Let's go to memo mode. Let's go to memo mode and be like, yo, and in memo mode, you can't see the map. How freaking helpful. Alright, we can't turn left because we don't have anything that matches that. We could turn right, so we could... Yeah, but this is really annoying without... Why would you cover this up in memo mode? Like, the one thing we have to actually draw on... Alright, whatever. No, it's fine. I'm not getting angry. I'm not getting annoyed. So it's got to be right. It's got to be here. So that is photos top middle, bottom right, and top left used. Oh no, wait. We do have that one. This one I didn't spot this one. Okay, so we could go straight forward. But it's got to be a left turn. Okay, I think it's got to be D, because I think that's the top middle. That's top right. That's top left. That is bottom right. And that is bottom left. So I think it's got to be D. I don't think any of the others match. No, there's no way of getting to this one, because that would require 2 T's. Both of these would require at least 2 T's. Because you can't go this way around. You have to go that way around. And that means 1 T. This way, so you need a left turn, which is fine. We've got one of those. But you have to use you'd have to use a left turn here, or use the T. And if you use the T, you can't get there. If you use left turn, you can't get there. Okay, that's fine. Here, you'd have to have a right turn or 2 Ts. Yeah, it's got to be D. It's got to be D. You know what? I like the puzzle. I like it.
Is an interesting one.
I find those actually quite interesting. The room, you found the room on time, otherwise the couple's dinner date would have been ruined. Yeah, more like that. More like that, please. That was good. And you know, when he received those tapes and they weren't in order, and he still had to work out where the room was. Yeah, you know that was definitely the hard work of an editor. I didn't think he solved that one that had me stuck for decades. There's no puzzle that can't be solved with some calm and considered thinking. Mr. Tall, if you calm down a bit now, perhaps. Calm down. Are you being funny? I don't care about that spat with Maverick before, but I can't have been for this theft to the final scene. I mean, it's a matter of pride. What sort of editor would do something like that? I say, miss, I don't think this fight is going to sort itself out anytime soon. Never mind, it's rather fun to watch, shall we? Let's watch the 2 prime suspects. If we listen in, they might let something slip that gives us a lead. You're one sneaky cat. You're a sneaky Kit Kat. Pride, that's more important to you than honouring the decisions made by the director, cutting scenes you were never asked to cut. For the last time, I did not steal that kiss scene. And you know I would never cut a film unless you gave it the go-ahead. But it's no secret you didn't like that scene. You already had a problem with it. Come on, admit it. I had a problem accepting that the great Maverick director could be happy to end one of his great films with a scene like that. Why don't you admit it? You never really got on with that scene either, did you? He was perfectly happy with it. So you're willing to compromise on quality these days. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be listening out for here. What makes me sick is the fact that someone other than me cut one of your films. If it wasn't you, then who was it? Tell me that. It was you! No, if you don't do the point, it doesn't count. Listen to your conscience before it got corrupted by fame. How dare you! Back in the old days, you wouldn't have stopped shooting until you got a scene you were 100% happy with. This is turning into a bit of a sob scene. It's very sad. But now, those days are gone. They're behind us. And the days when my films made no money. If I've changed my directing style, it's for you and the rest of the crew. And we're grateful for that. We all appreciate getting paid. Don't get me wrong. But does that mean you have to make such huge compromises in production? Does it mean you can't be true to yourself anymore? I know I said your love scenes were rubbish, but the truth is you have shot some good stuff in the past, haven't you? It feels like they're making up. It's so heartwarming. That was a long time ago now. Being idealistic doesn't pay the bills. They've definitely got the right music over this. It's quite nice, like friendly music. Alright, being idealistic does not pay the bills. If that's your take on it, there's nothing more to say. Goodbye, Maverick. Oh, it's not really a making up thing, it's just a tearful goodbye thing, I guess. That didn't end well, did it? Mr. Tolls walked out. There's going to be a chance to get some important information out of Mr. Rector. Come on, Ernest, and you shall. Yes, let's make the use of him while he's in this emotional state. Detective work. I'd like to ask you a few more questions if you don't mind. I'm really not in the mood at this moment, but alright, if it will help to get this whole thing cleared up quicker. That was a rather heated argument you and Mr. Torres had. I mean, the music playing in the background didn't help. Our such disagreements between the two of you are regular occurrence. As you know, I've been seen for a very long time, since long before I made it. So we've had more than a few fights over the years, yes. Back in the early days, we used to have blazing rows over production issues. Still, it's never gone this far before. We've never talked about going our separate ways. One ill word asks another, as they say. If you said things you didn't mean, I'm sure an apology would go a long way to fixing things. With Eddie, I'm not so sure. I hear you used to make films that were a lot less mainstream, with more fringe appeal, is that right? Let's go back a bit now. Anyway, it wasn't like I was trying to shoot fringe films. That's just how it worked out. That's how people was up my material. It wasn't for everyone. But Eddie really liked my old work. And now that I'm making films more people want to watch, he's not happy about it. You know, he's always pressing me not to include that last scene in No Sub for Love, right from the start. He said he didn't believe it was true to your style. Not true to my style, That makes it all sound so simple. The truth is I don't even know what my style is anymore. It's just typical of Eddie though. He's never had any hesitation to tell me what was wrong with more films. Sometimes it makes me sad, but I have to admit it, he's usually right. Now who am I kidding? He's right this time too. I mean, about the stolen scene. I just wanted it to be real. I wanted to shoot a kiss that looked like it was genuinely from the heart, not just two actors playing their parts. But somehow I couldn't get it right. In the old days, I wouldn't have given up. I just kept shooting and shooting until I got the result I wanted. I mean, I guess it was probably really expensive to hire the giant submarine every day, you know. For all the shooting days it would have taken. You're young, I wouldn't expect you to understand. The fact is, as you get older, you lose that drive you had in your youth. Yeah, quite right, that's something I can relate to. It sounds rather sad, to be honest. Oh, Ernest, have you got some dark backstory that we need to hear about? So you're telling us that Mr. Tor couldn't accept the scenery shot, and he cut it from your film without your permission. That's his job after all, cutting film, and he's very good at it. I can't really say I blame him. It's all my fault. This might seem like a strange request after everything that's happened, Miss Layton, but could you try and keep this quiet? Eddie did it for my benefit at the end of the day. I'm afraid that won't be possible. Now, the journalists are already outside, mate. We've already leaked it to the press. If this comes out, Eddie's career is over. Is it really worth destroying the man just for some state of obligation to uphold justice? That's not the reason at all. It's because Mr. Tor didn't do it. You are his alibi. You must talk together at all times till the start of screening, weren't you? I mean, yes. Sure. Checked all the film reels together, he found no problems. So if Mr. Tor was never edged out after that time, however much he disagreed with the inclusion of the scene, he had no opportunity to cut it. Unless he trained a bird to do it! That's exactly what happened. So someone else stole it then. That's wonderful. Miss Layton? Oh, sorry. Good. It looks like I have all the evidence I need now. Alright. Film just before screening. What does that even mean? Alright. Well, let's combine all of the case things into one giant brain. Rachel and Tor checked the film reels before into the screening. They both found no issues with it. And okay, we knew that ages ago. I guess we don't have anything else to do then, huh? I don't think we've already explored here, so I guess we can just go ahead and solve the case. But that is going to be next time. So next time we're going to solve the case and do cleanup. I'm going to do cleanup in the same episode because, yeah, because reasons. See you next time, folks.